Beverly Harzog, host of Your Personal Economy. You can't control what goes on in the world in terms of inflation or even the price of groceries, but you can control your own personal economy. And I'm going to show you just how to do that because the way you spend your money is the way you spend your life. And I want you to have the best life possible. Welcome to episode number 26, Labor Day sales and payment options to consider while you're out there buying stuff. Now, Labor Day is not until Monday, but sales are already here. So you can start thinking about what you need now and start planning for how you're going to pay for it. The reason we're going to talk about different payment options is because you're going to encounter some options such as deferred interest plans when you're buying a big item like an appliance. First, we're going to talk about what you should be looking for this Labor Day. What kind of sales are you going to get the best for your money? Where should you go? How much can you save? All right, so stay tuned and we're going to cover all that and more. Before we get into what you should be buying this weekend and how much money you can save, I want to ask you a question. Do you need anything? Do you really need to buy anything? Because if the answer is no, I want you to take a break from spending this weekend. It's so easy to feel pressure to go out and buy something because it's on sale. It may be something you've had your eye on, but maybe it's something that can wait until next year. So look at your budget and you decide what's best for you. And if you decide to take a pass on Labor Day sales, I support you. All right. Go to the pool, read a book, just relax and have a nice weekend. But for everyone else who does have some much needed items that they need to get, here's a list of a couple of things that I came across that might be helpful to you while you start searching for the best prices for yourself. All right, for major appliances, take a look at Lowe's and Home Depot and Best Buy. LG, which is a very nice brand. I have some of those products. I've got an LG dishwasher and a refrigerator that I'm really happy with. I saw that they are on sale, possibly up to 30%, maybe even more, depending on where you look. So do some shopping and see what makes sense for your own home. Another thing, outdoor furniture. Remember, this is sort of a warm weather sale. We're at the end of summer. So anything that you use in the summer is going to be cheaper. Okay. I need outdoor patio furniture. So I'm going to be looking at that. And I have a system for that, which I'll tell you about in just a minute. But also grills. Okay. Anything where you're outdoors. On Amazon, they've got some good deals on electronics, good deals on iPads, earbuds, all kinds of things. So take a look at that as well. And also clothing and shoes should be on sale at different department stores. Don't forget to check out Walmart and Target. Now, you're also bumping up against back to school sales. So be sure you shop both sales, okay? Because there's some crossover in here, especially with clothes and shoes. So keep that in mind. And don't forget also that Black Friday is not that far away. Remember, Black Friday isn't just the day after Thanksgiving anymore. No, it starts in October. It starts before Halloween. So that's not that far off, is it? So keep that in mind. And there might be some things that you could get a better deal on Black Friday holidays and sales. So think about that. And then Cyber Monday's coming up the end of that weekend. And again, you're going to see sales ahead of time on that as well. All right, so before you buy anything, I want you to sit down. I want you to make a list of what you need, okay? And then budget it, okay? How much can you afford to spend on each item? How much can you afford to spend on a new washing machine and dryer? All right, so think very carefully about that. And then I want you to compare prices. Now, I mentioned earlier, I'm looking for patio furniture. I need some new outdoor stuff. My stuff is really old. I tell you, I keep things until they fall apart. I really do. I'm very frugal that way. As long as it's functional, it doesn't have to be the best looking furniture in my neighborhood. It just has to be functional and work. Okay. But now that I'm looking for something new, I want it to look good too. So what I did was I signed up for Shop Savvy. Okay. And you can just go to shopsavvy.com. That's shopsavvy.com. And you can sign up for that and you can track items. So I am tracking a particular furniture set that I'm interested in. It's a wicker set. And so I'm tracking that. With Shop Savvy, you can look for a particular item and see what the lowest price for that item has been, like over the past year or several months. So that is really cool. So I've got my eye on one thing, and right now it's the lowest it's ever been. I'm keeping track of it, and I'm also going to get notified if it drops further. So think about using things like that. Another way I save when I'm shopping online is Rakuten. Okay. I love this thing. Okay. Every time I have to buy something online, and I don't buy things I really don't need, every once in a while I treat myself, but that's also my budget. Okay. Remember, budgeted splurges are okay if it's in your budget. It will pop up and tell me I can apply coupons that it found. And every quarter you'll get what they call a big fat check. And no, it's not $200 unless you're really heavy duty online shopper. But I just got a check for $35.09. And all I did was say, yeah, I'll take these coupons. And that's how much money I saved for not doing anything really. And so I took that money and got a spa pedicure on Saturday with it. So you can use that little extra, put it in your savings or for some financial self care. Okay, that's always a good thing to do if you can. All right. So we talked about browser extensions, Shop Savvy, and Rakuten. PayPal Honey is also another one that I like very much. Now, next, let's talk about how you're going to pay for this stuff. Okay, we're going to talk about using rewards credit cards, using sign up bonuses from credit cards, deferred interest plans, buy now, pay later. That's a big one. And I have a lot to tell you about that. And we'll get right to that in just a second. How are you going to pay for your Labor Day sales purchases? There are several options. So I want to give you a heads up about a few of them. For one thing, you can use a rewards credit card and earn rewards on it. I don't recommend this unless you can pay the balance in full by the due date. The average APR, the interest rate on credit cards, is around 25%. Don't go there. Don't borrow money at 25%. But if you can swing it and use a rewards card, earn those rewards that you can use, during the holidays to help pay for gifts. Or you can sign up for a credit card now with a 0% purchase APR. If there's a sign up bonus, that's something you can earn over the next couple of months. And you can use that during the holidays to help pay for gifts if you want it as a statement credit or just get a check in the mail. Or you can use it to deposit into your savings. It depends on the credit card and what the terms are. But there are so many options with credit cards. The main thing with the 0% purchase APR credit card, and it's a little late to get one for this sale, but upcoming sales, such as Halloween sales, Black Friday in particular, this is a good time to pick out a card for that. Okay, it's usually between 12 months and 21 months where you pay zero interest. You do have to make monthly payments on it. Okay, your goal is to, you can charge something big and make monthly payments on that. Don't add new purchases and pay it off by the time the 0% APR intro period ends. And if you do that, you get an interest-free loan. See how that works? Now, let's compare that to deferred interest. Now, this is a situation where you might go into a store. Let's say you're going to buy some furniture and it's a bit expensive. So they're offering you 24 months of deferred interest. Okay, so you're going to make payments on this, but what they may not tell you, or what isn't always clear with deferred interest payments, is that yes, you do make that monthly payment, but you want to pay that off by the time that 24-month period is up. And I'm telling you, if you don't, you are going to have to pay interest on that entire amount all the way back to the day you bought it 24 months earlier. Okay. Don't let that happen. You can use a deferred interest plan, but be really smart and know what you're getting into and be sure you're going to be able to pay that off. Okay. With the 0% APR credit card, it doesn't work that way. You don't have to pay past interest. You just start paying interest when that intro period ends. but deferred interest is different. So I want you to be very aware of that. Another thing you might encounter is a reduced rate. So they might offer a credit card, and let's say their credit card is usually 29%. That's not unusual with a retail card. Okay. Know what the APR is, but they might say, okay, for 12 months, we're going to let you buy this item for 7.99% interest. Now, that's better than financing it on a credit card at 25%. But still, if there's any way you can make the purchase without having to pay interest, that's the ideal way to go. Okay. But sometimes you have to do what you have to do. If your refrigerator is breaking and you have kids and you really need to get a refrigerator, okay, I understand that. It may not be in the budget right now and you have to do the best you can. That's why it's a good idea to have your credit score as high as you can so you have good options, because sometimes even a personal loan or an installment loan might be better if you can get a lower rate, and that would be a flat rate, okay, a fixed rate to pay off that loan. So think carefully about these options. Another one is the buy now, pay later plans. And this pops up at checkout. And you'll probably recognize names like Affirm or Afterpay or Klarna. And this is okay to do if you know you can pay it off as agreed. Often these are set up where, okay, every 2 weeks you make a payment. And then, after 4 payments, it's paid off. It's going to vary depending on the lender here. But sometimes they'll give you an option to go month to month, like 12 months, 24 months, and then you do pay interest. And honestly, it can range anywhere from around 7% to 36%. I mean, I really saw a wide range on that. So be very careful. I've seen so many people get into trouble with buy now, pay later plans when they do multiple of these at one time and then lose track of when payments are due. There can be fees and there can be interest unless things go really, really well. Almost perfect. So know what you're getting into. Thank you so much for joining me for episode number 26. We talked about Labor Day deals and the different payment options you might encounter while you're shopping over the weekend. I also mentioned 0% purchase APR credit cards, and it's too late for Labor Day to get one of those, but consider it for the holidays. If you've got a tight budget and you're already thinking about how you're going to pay for the holidays, a 0% purchase APR credit card is a good idea if you have to make a big purchase and you can make monthly payments on it during the intro period, and then you won't have to pay interest. So consider that. And speaking of budgets, in the next episode, I'm going to be talking about how to be the boss of your budget. And I'm going to cover a couple of popular budgeting methods, such as the $0 budgeting, or some people call it zero-based budgeting, and some other methods that you are familiar with. And we are going to talk about the pros and cons of each, and I'll help you come up with the best budget for you individually, because we're all different. If you're enjoying my podcast, please subscribe to YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. And I will see you next time.